GC Yours is saying, do you think Nebraska's offensive line is ready to fight for the Big Ten championship, or Nebraska needs at least 2 more proven offensive linemen from the transfer portal?
God, I hope. I mean, that's really the offensive line is probably the biggest question mark right now. Going into fall camp, in I think everybody's minds, and it all has to do with guys that you already have and guys that have been injured that you're still not really sure what their status is going into the season. But I think there's just talk about the guys they have right now, which I think the biggest question is Bryce Benhart right now, about a guy that came in very highly touted, had a pretty good freshman year, and then kind of fell off a little bit. So you want to see how he can kind of respond to that, and then another guy, we're talking about rivals 100 top ranked 100 guys in the country. Teddy Prochazka as well, who was really starting to come on before he got hurt last year. And he doesn't look like he's hurt to me either. I mean, a lot of these guys that were hurt and missed a lot, like a Thomas Benoni, they all look fine to me, just, every day walking around and stuff. But, obviously I'm not seeing them out there cutting and everything. So, those two guys, if you can get those two guys locked in on both of your tackles, I mean, obviously they want Teddy Prochazka to be the left tackle and Bryce Benhart to be the right tackle. And then Turner Corcoran, who's another guy that was another highly ranked guy that had some injury troubles and stuff, that has been forced to play tackle. But, he's a guy that obviously has big time NFL talent on the interior. So if you can use Turner Corcoran at guard and have him have a great year, and another guy that they think has had a really good spring and stuff that can be that other guard is Henry Lutovsky, who, he's pound for pound probably one of the toughest dudes I've ever met in my life. So if you can get those guys gelling and stuff, and then you got some good backups. Some guy, Nuri Newellen played a lot of games after he transferred over from Colorado State. He's another guy that you can depend on, and the center position right now is kind of where you're looking to replace, a guy like Cameron Jurgens that was a 3rd round draft pick in the NFL draft this year. And there's a couple guys in line for that job, and we'll kind of go from there. And they added a couple pieces in that transfer portal, but obviously right now, like we just talked about, is that you can't really add anybody right now that's going to be eligible to help you for the upcoming season right now. So they pretty much got to stick with what they got right now. And like I said, it's a question mark, but if guys are healthy and if Donovan Raiola can, who, really was coaching like crazy over the weekend in all these camps, if what I'm hearing is right, and he's kind of changed the attitude of these guys in that offensive line room and has kind of lit a fire under them, who knows? Maybe they have a really good chance to be a very successful group. And you can't forget either, with a new offensive coordinator in like Mark Whipple. It was kind of funny on Sunday. I kept running into him as I was going from the Hawks Center, the indoor facility, to the stadium. And I kept saying, "Well, hi again, coach." Probably happened about 6 times on Sunday. But, you got him, offensive coordinator now, that understands what it takes to win and how to scheme an offense to win in the league that they're in. So I think you're going to see an offensive line that's, they're going to concentrate a lot more on running the ball, which obviously everybody that knows the game knows that it's a heck of a lot easier to block in the run game for offensive linemen than it is in the pass game. So I think there's a lot of factors involved that you can think about going into this, that the offensive line might just be poised to have a breakout year and really be one of the special parts of this team. Barring, obviously, what we've been seeing for a long time is those obvious mistakes, those penalties. So hopefully we can see that cleaned up and we might see a better product out there on the field. And then stay healthy is the biggest key.
Fox is telling us that he had a hot take that we didn't answer. Well, I didn't see your
Uh-oh.
hot take, Fox. So we get to as many comments and questions as we possibly can. I will not guarantee we're not contractually obligated to answer anybody's questions, but if you send us a super chat, we will definitely answer those questions. I will read all the super chat contributions, but if you post your question, we get to as many as possible. But I did not see your hot take right there. All right.
Yeah, it was kind of funny too that that 7-on-7 camp on Sunday is a great opportunity that for guys like me that you can just hobnob with the coaching staff and stuff, and pretty cool that got to talk to Bill Bush quite a bit, and Bill Bush was telling me about prospects to go look at, the guys that are popping out in his mind and stuff. Mike Dawson as well. We're talking about him taking his family on vacation down to the Ozarks here in July, and Sean Beckton always is a pleasure to talk to. I've got a pretty special relationship with Coach Beckton as well, and just so much fun. And so then there was on Sunday there was a few other Nebraska offer kids that were out there competing in the 7-on-7, and one of them was BJ Candidate out of Missouri, out of the Kansas City, or out of Topeka. Actually, he's a Topeka product. He's a 4-star. He's got a Nebraska offer, and he was playing quarterback for his high school 7-on-7 team, and he's a rush end. He's 6'5", 240. And so we were standing there, and Coach Bush comes up to it and said, "Hey, BJ, you're slinging it pretty good out there, but you know what? You'll never play quarterback for me here at Nebraska." He started laughing. So yeah, those are kind of the special moments that you kind of can capture at these type of camps when you're involved with it. So this is another day. Actually, when I was even walking into the stadium, when I first drove up and parked, and I start walking across the street, and Mickey Joseph is standing outside of the front doors of the stadium on his phone. And he took the chance. He's like, "Are you going to get some good video of the kids out there today?" And I was like, "Yeah, Coach, that's my plan. I got to figure out who's here first, because at the time I didn't even know what teams were there. We didn't know who was competing and stuff." And he said, "Hey, after we're done," because they're still doing their official visit stuff with all the official visitors. He's like, "As soon as us coaches are done in here with the kids, we'll be out there and we'll help you. We'll tell you who's who and stuff." And I was like, "Well, thank you, Coach."
Nice.
So, yeah.
All right. Nebraska or Kansas State, who wins more games? That's Fox's question. That's going to be close.
Can Adrian Martinez stay healthy?
Yep.
That might be the bigger question, right? Because I think everybody did, and most people might have saw his I think it was last week. He had some comments that he put out there, said that this was the most talented team he's ever been around at Kansas State. So I think a lot of Nebraska fans kind of took that as a shot. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, obviously Adrian's a special player, and he's obviously struggled throughout his career of staying healthy, and that's kind of hampered some of his potential. But I think K-State probably goes, as their starting quarterback goes. We'll see. But I like the way Nebraska's schedule stacks up. I haven't looked at Kansas State's schedule. I mean, the Big 12 is the Big 12, and I think that's always kind of right now. Who knows? I mean, with Oklahoma, with all their changes, and Texas and Oklahoma, new coaches, and last year in the conference, maybe Kansas State has a chance to win it this year. Who knows?